actual water signs. Listen, who are water signs, listen, that's Cancer placements, right? You don't even have to just be a water sun or a moon or a rising sign. I'm talking about with strong planets, right? Like stelliums, right? 2 or sometimes 3 or more. Well, stellium is 3 or more planets, but 2 planets, because you got to remember, that's still like a double dose of whatever energy that is inside your birth chart, right? People who have strong water sign placements, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, you have to understand what it means to have emotional independence, right? Now, what I mean by that, you cannot spend your whole life trying to offset your feelings to somebody else, right? And what I mean by that, you cannot put your whole heart and your whole everything into other people, right? Because the issue with water signs specifically is that they soak up a lot of emotions. You see what I'm saying? So since you all soak up so many emotions, everybody else's and including yours, what you have to understand is that you got too much shit going on all the time, right? But this is the thing, right? A lot of times you can probably have the thing where you feel like, damn, I would feel much better if this person would just do this, or if these people would just do this. And I'm just be 100% honest with y'all. The harsh truth and the harsh reality is that people gonna do whatever hell that they want to do, regardless of what you think and how you feel. That's a very brutal and an ugly truth and reality, right? But Cancers, Pisces, and Scorpios, you have to understand that, like listen, you it's not just you trying to free other people. You are also trying to free yourself. Why do I say that, right? Because you got to remember, you feel like that you cannot function properly without this actual thing, person, place, or situation, event. Like, if this shit don't go a certain way, it's going to affect you so hard internally, right? Where it's damn near like you don't even feel like yourself no more. And that can be a very negative thing, right? Because guess what? Water signs, when y'all get depressed, I'm not talking about no little fake depressed. I'm talking about real depressed. Guess what? You don't really want to do shit no more. You don't want to see shit the same no more. And sometimes y'all can also get emotionally disruptive, right? You feel like if I'm hurt, well, everybody got to be hurt. Yeah, real talk. So, water signs specifically, you have to learn how to not be emotionally dependent on everybody or on everything else, right? That is a big issue for people with strong placements that are in those actual signs, right? Because you end up disappointed a lot, right? Because you got to remember, think about it, the highest water sign is Pisces. Pisces literally rules over fantasy, right? It rules over delusion as well. It rules over spirituality, rules over, the metaphysical aspect, like aliens, other dimensions and stuff. But at the same time, it still does rule over fantasy. And you got to remember, it's the highest of water, right? So sometimes you can get caught up into what you feel like something should actually be, regardless if it is or if it's not. You need to learn how to be careful with that, right? Because in the end, a lot of times you may end up paying, right? Especially if let's get a little bit dark with it. Sometimes people can end up hurting themselves, and they hurting themselves, right? They whole families, they friends. I'm talking about physically and violently too, right? You see what I'm saying? How many times have we seen people get emotionally volatile and just snap on somebody? Snap on a lover, snap on a co-worker, snap on somebody that they thought that they could trust or believe in. That's also another thing. So what I want you all to understand is, like, listen, crashing out is not going to always save you, right? The court systems are definitely waiting on, listen, they waiting to book you so they can get paid and they can go on their little vacation, right? While you sit in the cell forever, right? So you got to remember, being emotionally dependent can lead to that. But how does it lead to that, right? If you somebody that's super duper possessive and shit is not going your certain way, it's not going a certain way that you want it, you will go try to make it go that certain way, right? And if the other person resists, or if you see, oh, hey, listen, it's too much opposition in it, and you probably already got low self-esteem. This is for the ones who do. Not saying you might, but I'm just saying. They already got low self-esteem. They already got this kind of like crazy emotional, you know what I'm saying, like recklessness, like just seething from within them and stuff like that. Yeah, all it takes is just that last straw. And some people just go act a damn fool, right? Real talk, right? Because you got to remember, they so emotionally independent. They feelings about the world, about life, about a girl, about a man, about a family member, about a mother, about a father. Yeah, or like I said, just society in general, and wishing everything could be better. Yeah, they'll probably go, like, if they really low in their vibration, they're going like a damn near a murderous rampage, right? They're like, those are the very rare cases, but yeah. A lot of those people who go on those murderous rampages, they were emotionally distraught by something, right? They felt like some of them say that they felt like this. They felt like that. It always starts from the feelings, right? Remember, it's the water sign. Water energy in and of itself does rule over perception. I want you all to understand that water rules over perception, specifically the moon. The moon rules over perception for sure. So yeah, so water signs. So now, like Cancer energy is about clinging on to people and holding on to people, right? And it can be like emotion. It can send like preemptive strikes to people. It's that they ain't did nothing to them, right? And that can be an issue. Like with Scorpio. Scorpio is all about what? Secrets. It's all about things related to paranoia at the same time, right? Because Scorpio is like, nah, I know somebody out to get me. I know somebody doing something behind my back. I know somebody, listen. And that shit could also, you know, kind of like damage you as well, right? Now, when it comes to Pisces specifically, Pisces can be like to the point where you don't fit their fantasy anymore. So they can feel like, you know what, to hell with all of this. Yeah, for real. So you got to remember, those are some more darker and dangerous parts of not learning how to be emotionally independent. Because if you are emotionally independent, then you understand how human nature is, right? You expect certain mess ups, you expect certain errors, but all without you losing your own sanity and losing your own mind. Real talk, right? So water signs, you all have to please understand this. Emotional, being emotionally volatile is not nowhere you want. And I know it's real hard because y'all are oversaturated with the energy of feeling and emotion, but at the same time the world don't give a damn, right? So you're gonna have to really learn how to toughen up and learn how to avoid situations from people, places, things, events that could actually bring that more, you know, like that more like bad side out of you, right? Stay away from people that you think that, oh man, I care about them so much, but they secretly trying to or openly trying to like lower your self-esteem. Like the thing about it is people with like, I'm gonna give you a prime example. This shit could turn into something like Stockholm syndrome, right? Where people are like emotionally dependent and in love, or like with their abusers and stuff like that, right? And this don't have to be just with a specific person. This can be with a specific frequency, right? You see what I'm saying? You know something not good for you, but a certain part of you take pleasure from the gratification of it. Real talk, right? So yeah, so water signs specifically, y'all have to understand, do not be emotionally dependent on anybody.